Maximizing Me, Developing Your Self-Esteem for Business and Career Success. First and foremost, a brief introduction. My name is Shayo Imolugume. People call me Lady Shayo, and this course was prepared by me. I'm a management consultant, business growth strategist, trainer, and speaker. I'm the CEO of Stratenovate Consulting, which is something I started in 2017 with a team of other professionals. And we provide management services, management consulting services to organizations. We help them with their internal controls, systems, processes, strategy development and execution. Generally, we look for your pain points and we prefer solutions to settle those pain points. Now, on the individual level, I do a lot of training on, assisting individuals to grow, small business owners, people that are, just starting out, developing their own businesses, and also professionals who are in paid employment, who want to build their career. I do a lot of work with them as well. So if you want to know more about me and my services, my courses and contents, you can follow me on my social media handles at Shayo Imolugume on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Okay, enough about me. So let's go into the course. Maximizing Me, Developing Your Self-Esteem for Business and Career Success. So what are we going to learn in this course? We're going to be able to build confidence in ourselves and, have a powerful and positive mindset. We're going to be able to accept ourselves better and appreciate our abilities. And we also will be able to understand the value that we have and how we can leverage on that value and help others, because people are actually waiting for you. People need what you have. And in this course, we're going to dig out that inner value and see how we can use it to help others. Now, who is the course for? Anyone who wants to improve their personal outlook, self-esteem, self-confidence, and assertiveness for business and career success. Now, I have a disclaimer here because this course was designed for the international markets, not just for Nigeria. And it's important that we understand that this is a business course. It's meant for people who are building their careers and who are in business. It's not meant for people who have medical conditions. So I'll quickly go through this. It's an online course aimed at boosting the self-confidence of individuals and, to help them be more effective. It's not meant to address mental disorders or other medical conditions, such as clinical depression, anxiety, eating disorders, substance abuse, suicidal tendencies, attention deficiency, post-traumatic stress, or personality disorders. The content is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Remember, never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you have read or learned in this course. Okay, so before we start, it is a course, and for you to get the best out of this course, it's helpful if we just put in mind these 4 guidelines. And the first thing is that you need to set out time to really go through this course. Set out time, purposefully, set out time. Now, if you were going to attend this course, at a physical venue, you'd have planned your calendar, you'd have set out time, you'd have said, I'm going to be at the venue from this time to this time. So I want you to do the same thing, even though you're watching a video. Set out time for it. Then 2, find a quiet place in your home or your office away from unnecessary distractions so that you can concentrate on what we're doing. Thirdly, have a notebook and pen handy to answer the exercises in the course. And also, you might want to jot down notes and things that have struck you. And finally, please switch off your mobile phones or put them on airplane mode to avoid unnecessary distractions. Remember that there was life before we had mobile phones. Okay, so this course has 7 modules. We have what is self-esteem, how do we identify low self-esteem? How do we identify that we have a low self-esteem? Or how do we identify people around us that have low self-esteem? And what are the causes of, some of these things? Why do we have low self-esteem? What are the causes? We'll take a look at that. And then we'll go on to look at the factors that affect our self-esteem. Things that, add to the problem, so to say, and cause us to have yet an even lower self-esteem. What are these factors? How do we avoid them? And then we're going to go on to look at the consequences. What goes wrong because of our low self-esteem? What are the challenges that we face due to, not appreciating ourselves enough? And then finally, we're going to come up to how do we understand our uniqueness and value? Looking inwards now, how do we understand our uniqueness and how do we understand the value that we carry? And the module 7, we'll talk about how we can improve. And that's the real action part. How do we improve this low self-esteem? How do we improve our level of self-confidence? How can we be assertive? How can we exude confidence? We're going to be looking at the various strategies to help us work on our self-esteem. So let's quickly go in now. We have a quote here, and the Bible says that we are fearfully and we are wonderfully made. And we can find that in Psalm 139, verse 14. Nobody is a mistake. Nobody is an accident. Regardless of the circumstances of your birth, you're not a mistake. You're not an accident. It doesn't matter, what people have told you. It doesn't matter what people have said to you. You have a purpose on the face of this earth. And there is something in you that the entire world is waiting for. So what is self-esteem? Starting off now with module 1. This is our first exercise. And what I'd like you to do is write down what you think self-esteem is. What, in your own words, don't go and pick at Google. In your own words, in your own thoughts, what do you think self-esteem is? And I'm giving us 5 minutes to do that. Those of us watching the video, you could pause the video and use as much time as you need, but I'm giving us 5 minutes to answer this question. What do we think self-esteem is? Now, in this picture, we can see a pussycat. It is a pussycat. Pussycats are furry, fluffy, wonderful pets we like to have around. But the shadow behind the pussycat is a lion. Now, lions are fearless. They are courageous. They are bold. They are brave. They can take on any challenge. They are the kings of the jungle. And if you have ever heard a lion roar in your life, I remember the very first time I heard a lion roar. It was at the zoo at Ibadan. I'm telling you, the experience is you can't how do I put it? You can't explain it through the TV. Yes, when you see the lion on the TV, it's a completely different experience. When the lion roars, the ground literally shakes. I mean, the ground trembles. The roar, in fact, it sends shivers down your spine. Now, this pussycat has the image of a lion. And so this pussycat has a very positive, strong self-esteem. So what is self-esteem? It describes a person's overall sense of self-worth or personal value, confidence in one's own abilities, self-respect, self-regard, personal dignity, and faith in oneself. So how much faith do you have in yourself to be able to do a certain thing? Do you have self-respect? Somebody that has self-respect, there are certain things that person will not do because of his self-respect. What abilities do you have? How much confidence do you have in your abilities? You have a lot of abilities, and we'll see that as we go through the course. But how much confidence do we have in our abilities? Self-esteem, simply put, is our opinion about ourselves. It's your opinion about yourself. What you think about yourself. Now, what self-esteem is not. In this picture, we have a contrast. So we see a young lady and we see her shadow, and she's got an ugly monster, and that is her image of herself. And you can see she's very unhappy. She has a low self-esteem. So we're going to look at what self-esteem is not here. Self-esteem is not dependent on what other people think. Now, this is I've seen this affect so many people. We are all human. People will say nasty things to us. And yes, because we are human, we are going to react. We are not going to feel happy. But we don't need to stay there. We need to, get out of it and move on and forget about what other people have to think about. People will always have their opinions, and they are entitled to whatever opinion they like. But you shouldn't allow other people's opinions to affect how you think of yourself. Self-esteem is not egotism, narcissism, or selfishness or arrogance. No, you don't need to be selfish or arrogant in the name of having a positive self-esteem. It's not a desire to feel superior to others either. So you wouldn't carry yourself and feel like, oh, I'm better than you. No, that's not self-esteem. That's tending to pride. And it's not temporary euphoria. So what is self-esteem? We can see in this diagram, Michael Jordan. Oh, he's a famous basketball player, and I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with him. And, we can see this picture is exuding a lot of confidence. So what is self-confidence? Simply put, it's a feeling of trust in one's abilities, qualities, and judgment. And this gentleman, of course, he has huge self-confidence in his ability to play basketball. So it's a feeling of trust in your abilities, your qualities, and your judgment. I have a lot of self-confidence in my ability to speak. And I'm sure you would have a lot of self-confidence in some of the abilities that you have. Now, in this slide, we're going to look at the contrast between self-confidence and self-esteem. Madam Obi here, you can see she has both self-confidence and self-esteem. So what's really the difference between the two? Self-confidence is primarily related to your abilities and can vary from one situation to the other. And we will see that as we go on in the course. So your ability to do certain things will give you confidence in that particular area. But self-esteem, on the other hand, is related to your feelings about yourself and how you value yourself. Mark my words, value yourself, regardless of your abilities. So how you place a value on yourself, regardless of your ability to do certain things. You as a person should place a certain value on yourself. Your life is precious. And like I said earlier, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are important. And so you should place a value on yourself. Now, so we have another exercise here. And I'm going to ask us, what is your opinion about yourself? You can feel free to write anything here. How do you see yourself? What's your opinion of yourself? How do you think about yourself? How do you consider yourself? I'd like you to write all your thoughts down. There is no wrong or right answer. It's just to help us search within. And again, I'm giving us 5 minutes to do that. You can pause the video while you attend to the exercise. Now, no matter what your opinion about yourself is, this course is meant to help you dig a bit deeper to appreciate all the value that is on the inside of you, and also help you project that value to the world, making you stronger, more confident, and successful. Yes, there is value on the inside of you, and this course is going to help you project that value to the world, because the world is waiting for you. So thank you for joining this course, and thank you. We've just completed the first module, and now we'll go on to the next one.